Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Um, so the topic is like about our family and stuff, just about them in general, I guess, and how they dealt with like coming out and stuff. Um, so I guess I'll tell you guys about my family a little bit. I have a younger brother who's 15. He'll be 16 in February. I have an older sister too, and she's 37, which is like a really big age gap. But she's my mom's from like a previous marriage, and she and I are super tight. She was actually, I think, the first person I told. Actually, that's not true. I kind of talked to my brother about it a little bit when I was still really unsure, and his reaction was always kind of like, why. He doesn't really understand. I don't think and I think because of his, he's goes to Catholic school and he's surrounded by kind of like these kids who are also only exposed to kind of this one side, that he's kind of more inclined to be judgmental and stereotypical. But him, like, he's just not kind of like that. He's exposed to people who are like that, so that kind of makes him more like leaning towards being kind of judgmental about it. But him as a person, like, he's a really accepting person, so I think he'll come around eventually. When I told him, which was, like a month ago, he was super nice about it. He doesn't, he was kind of just like, I don't, it's just weird. It's just weird seeing you, like, you as being gay or whatever. So, I think he'll be fine with it. My parents also have been super accepting about it. My dad, when he initially found out, which was like my senior year, beginning of my senior year ish, he, just told me he loved me no matter what, which is, I guess, the best thing you can expect to hear from a parent. My mom, my mom's kind of a different story because she and I don't have a necessarily close relationship to begin with. Like, we kind of drifted apart a lot, like this past year, due to just, problems. And I she sent me an email saying that, while she's not completely fine with it, she will, like, eventually maybe be able to come around to it and stuff. So I guess it's one of those things where it's kind of like, don't ask, don't tell. I don't see myself like planning to discuss my relationships with like other people, like with women, with my mom. But then again, I also feel like I wouldn't be able to do that if I was straight and I was dating guys. It's just kind of our relationship, like, or lack of one. So my sister, on the other hand, has been completely like supportive. She Just because she's older and she doesn't like live with us anymore, and she lives in Chicago, she's really exposed to, like, she has a lot of gay friends, she has gay relatives. She was, I think, the first person my dad like talked to about it when he kind of found out, like, my senior year, and she never confronted me about it, but she was super supportive, and always has been. She's just always been like my rock. And I always feel like I can talk to her without expecting to be judged. So that's really cool. I think one day, probably over Christmas break, when I go back in, about a month, I think I'm just gonna sit my family down and be like, yo, this is the deal. I don't really know what I am. I don't know who I am gonna be within 30 years, but I don't think it matters, just because I feel like right now I'm being true to myself. Just kind of cliche and tacky, but whatever, it's true. So yeah. I don't know. My family, there was never really a coming out, really, like, a process for me in terms of that. But yeah, okay. So the question is, what my most recent accomplishment is, and I don't really know. I think like a week ago, I got this is so boring. I My life is just boring. Um, oh, I actually was kind of in, this is maybe too personal, and whoever's watching it may resent me because I think she watches it, but I just completely broke ties with a relationship that, while it was great, and, I had my ups and downs, I just kind of, for myself, realized that it wasn't what I needed. And I feel actually really good that I did that now. Like, there's always breaking up is always difficult, but I think for me it was the best decision I could have made, and I guess that's an accomplishment because I was always struggling with myself and stuff to kind of see where it was going to go. But yeah, I think that's my most recent accomplishment. It's kind of not really an accomplishment in the sense that like people got hurt and stuff, but for me, I think it was good. It's good. So that's my Tuesday post. I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you next week. Bye. Sorry. Bye.